I'm going to give you some very backwards business advice from a guy who's built two successful businesses. And your mentors, your leadership are probably going to advise against this, if not all of them, most of them, but this worked really well for me. So this is going to work really well if you're especially in some kind of a referral-based business, network marketing, or even if you have your own product, this can also work very well. So as for me, I call it an over-glorified referral business, but it worked. It was pretty awesome. And this was my springboard to buying a bunch of rental properties. So I feel like I've got credibility to speak on this topic matter just because of the empirical results that I created with this awesome little strategy. So here it is. Whenever I would talk to people about my thing, I would recommend other people's products, stuff I had nothing to gain from financially or any of that stuff. I would also recommend my stuff too, but just the mere fact that I would put things on the table, like first I would ask some simple questions like, what are your goals? What are your obstacles? I would find just, basic stuff about what they were looking for in a good, whatever the case may be. My thing was health and fitness, so I was doing health and fitness products. So I would find out, weight loss was a goal and when they needed to lose this weight or maybe muscle tone, who knows what the case was, or they had some digestive issues and they needed more energy or regularity in their system. People have all sorts of different reasons, so it's important to find that out so that you can become knowledgeable in whatever product you're representing in just very simple, basic ways, and then lining up the benefits to what they're looking for. And then once you establish that, I would offer two, maybe three recommendations. And oftentimes one of those, maybe two of those recommendations would be something that I don't even represent. Like there's nothing to gain from it. And I would always disclose that to whoever I was talking to. And when I would do that, I'll give you examples of specific things you can say that are very interchangeable. In fact, it's so good, if you're not even in a business, you might decide to start one. Who knows? I don't know. But I would say something like, okay, for what you said you're looking for, check this out. But also check this out and check this out. All three of these, I think, are going to give you enormous benefit, and you're probably going to do really well with any of these, honestly, because they're so perfectly in alignment with what you're looking for. Now, in the spirit of just full disclosure, this one, I get a financial kickback if you try it. This other one, I don't, but they're both just as legit. So pick the one that you vibe with and run with it and tell me about all the results you're going to get, because I love hearing that stuff. And so what that would do when somebody hears that, it's like, this is different. If somebody represents a product, they're used to being told, this is for everyone, you have to try this. There's nobody that should be saying no to my thing, that kind of stuff. And then it creates this atmosphere where you're made to feel gaslit maybe, or a little weird or off, like there's something wrong with you for saying no, or not right now, or let me think about it. And it just creates a very uneasy, awkward environment. And usually that does not lead to a sale, or if it does, it leads to a return afterwards and maybe an awkward friendship going forward. Who knows? It's just not a very comfortable thing. And this is something I recognized very early on in my career when I got involved, way back in 2007. So this is nothing new to me at all. But giving people permission to not be interested or to go look at some other thing, not only that, but recommending another thing that I have nothing to gain from, it just creates right off the bat an awesome vibe with this person. So some common responses to that kind of a setup that I've created with said person is they're more likely to try my thing, first of all, which is pretty cool. And also, if they don't try my thing and they go to this other thing, because I treated them so well, either way, they're likely to send their friends my way to give me some referrals. And typically, I did not even have to ask for referrals because they were just so appreciative of being treated the way that I would treat them, and creating this kind of comfort and legitimacy to whether they got my thing or somebody else's thing. Just creating an equal legitimacy to that aspect was just so powerful. It was really not difficult for them to be cool and comfortable with trusting me to send maybe somebody in their family or to someone in their friendship circle my way for a goal that they might have. So a lot of my business was word of mouth, kind of referral based, because hey, check out this Tom guy, he's cool, he's not going to do what everybody else does and like try to pressure you into buying something that you don't want. In fact, he's so cool, he'll even offer stuff he doesn't even represent, and provides the same amount of legitimacy to it whether you get something else or you get his thing or you do whatever. It's totally cool. So Because of that, I ended up getting a lot of referrals. And because I set this the stage of comfort, they were just more likely to try my thing anyway, which is pretty cool, you know? So try that. If you're not in a referral business or some kind of product-based business, something that you're leveraging, ideally something that creates leveraged income like residual money, passive money, look at getting into stuff. And so the thing that I would like, let me say this, if you're coming across somebody who's like, we got something for everybody, you have to try because everybody blah 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 blah, it could be something to be wary of, and you already know that. So like my product, we have tons of products that I represent. So on one context, yeah, we've got something for everybody, no matter what their goals are. There's something, odds are, that's going to line up with whatever goal. However, someone could look at it and, you know, the vibe is not there, but they vibe with something else that's equally as legit. So like of all the products I represent, I would say there's a product that is the main product. We'll call it a flagship product. It would be a product called Shakeology. It's a health and nutrition shake. A lot of people use it for weight loss or to fill in nutrient gaps that they might be missing, or to maintain weight, or in my case, I don't need to lose weight, but I get it because of the health benefits and I love the way that it tastes and the convenience and all that stuff. So that's our main thing. And so if you look that up and you decide to buy it, get my referral, ask me for my referral link, because then I get the kickback. But also Sun Warrior, Vega, those companies, I've got nothing to do with them. I get no kickback. Take a look at those too, and get the one that you just vibe with. Like, look at my thing, look at those other things. They're equally as legit, and then go with whatever works for you, and then tell me all about the results you're gonna get, because I love that stuff. See how that works? So I kind of just practiced it with you. Like, I offered you my thing, the Shakeology, and if you want to try it, make sure you ask for my specific referral link, because that's how they know you got it through me, and then I get the kickback. But check out Sun Warrior and Vega, equally as legit. They're all three are awesome, and go with the one that works for you. Now, another red flag to look for, possible red flag, is company bashing. Like if I said, my Shakeology is the greatest, Sun Warrior, Vega, no, they're garbage, they ain't as good as mine, you know, whatever. That's something to be very wary of as well. Now, having said that, there is room for nuance. So if there's a product out there that labels themselves as a healthy thing to put into your body, nutritious, healthy, good for you, that's the label, but then there's artificial ingredients in it, well, then I have no qualms in saying, you know, without company bashing, you know, there's some lack of integrity for a company that's going to brand themselves as a healthy, nutritious company, but then make products that has artificial ingredients in it and fake sweeteners. That's just not very integritous. I wouldn't recommend that one. But then I'll also make sure, but I would recommend, look at Sun Warrior, Vega, look at my thing, Shakeology. Now those are integritous companies, and I've got nothing to benefit from you getting Sun Warrior or Vega, but they're integritous companies. They've branded themselves as a health company, nutritious, they're good for you, and they deliver on that promise. Their ingredients are natural, there's no artificial junk in them. They're healthy, nutritious, raw, plant-based, all those things, and so is mine. So check that out, but don't get this other company. I don't recommend it because they brand themselves as a health and nutritious company, but they've got these artificial ingredients in it, and they've got stuff in there that's clinically proven to cause possible health problems down the road. So I wouldn't recommend this one, but these are great, and mine is great. And then get the one you're vibing with, the one that makes sense for you, and then tell me all about the results you get, because I love that stuff. So also, I add that last part in there because it's true, I love that stuff, but it also communicates an interest and even an enthusiasm, an enthusiastic interest in what they're doing and the results they're going to get and all of that kind of stuff, which just builds, you know, more of a bond, more of a trust thing. And at the end of the day, that person is more likely to buy your thing anyway, and even if they don't, it's already just as legit, just as cool, because that's what you've established, and you said it because you mean it. You didn't say it because it's manipulative. It's not some reverse psychological thing here. And that's the other important thing. I think, sadly, there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to do well with this strategy because they ultimately are going to use it to try some Jedi mind trickeries, you know, maybe a little bit manipulative, because the whole purpose in offering something else is to be like, yeah, because that one didn't come over here. No, I think you really have to believe in your heart of hearts what you're saying because that comes across and they pick up on it perhaps subconsciously, which leads to conscious decisions, as to which one they're going to try. So that's my backwards business advice. Take it or leave it. I recommend taking it. And you might have some business mentors that are going to tell you the exact opposite, but you ultimately decide what's best for you, how you want to make your money, build your business. And like I said, this works really good if you represent a product, whether it's referral based like mine is, or you got your own product out there of some kind. But whatever it is, I definitely recommend it's something that builds leveraged income so that eventually at some future point you have the option of stepping away from it and you still get paid anyway. Like that's freedom. That's the essence of time freedom, being able to, what's that saying, that old saying, whether you roll out of bed or roll over in bed, you're going to make money anyway. No matter what you're doing with your time. That's where you want to be at some future point. That was my goal. And thankfully I accomplished that in February of 2010, which is another huge pillar that gives me credibility to speak on these topic matters of just overall business advice, So feel free to share this. My website is orgasmicpathways.com. I'll say it again, orgasmicpathways.com. I've got tons of healthy recipes there, tons of workouts you can follow along with me on, tons of free content. Almost everything on my website is free, except for some of the referral-based stuff where there's a kickback for me. So check it out and pull from it what you will. There's also a lot of dance and stuff because I love dancing, and there's a lot of music stuff. I love music and impromptu guitar playing, and as well as a bunch of compositions I did, and all that stuff is free too. You can literally download every one of my 6 albums I've written, as well as the hundreds of videos I've done of just impromptu playing. All of it's free. So check it out. Oh, and my Fountain of Youth playlist is there now too. Fountain of Youth. As I get older, that becomes more relevant. As we all get older, we want to look and feel younger as we get older. For sure. Oh my God. Share this video. And add your 2 cents here if you'd like. Comment below. What health and nutritious stuff have you tried? How has it worked? What stuff have you tried that maybe didn't work? Just whatever you want to add here. Or if you've tried building a business and maybe I've shared something with you that you were like, wow, I think Tom is onto something. Like, if you've tried building a business before, what would you correct after hearing this? What would you do differently that would possibly make a difference as far as your success goes? All good stuff.